here's my review of Damsel. I thought this movie was pretty boring, to be honest. Like, it feels like another kind of generic Netflix movie, but it's one of them that just had way more potential. Because I mean, it's a movie with a dragon. Like, how is that not awesome? But for some reason, I just thought this movie was pretty boring. Where we're following this princess named Princess Elodie, where she agrees to marry this prince, and then the prince tricks her and then like pushes her into this cave with the dragon, and then she's forced to fight off a dragon. That's what this movie's about. But somehow it was just very dull. The performances were great. I mean, Angela Bassett was fantastic. I still think that she was robbed of the Oscar back in 2023. I think she deserved it over Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't care what anyone says. I thought she was better. But hey, fight me. But yeah, Angela Bassett was great here. And she's kind of like the main queen girl. But it's like, at the end of the day, I mean, like, there's still just not much to these characters, in my opinion. Like, it's a short movie, but even then, I feel like I don't really get. I feel like after watching this movie, I still don't really know that much about these characters. Like, it's very. I mean, it's not a character-driven movie at all, but still, it's just like I feel like I'm just watching just a generic movie. Visually, there's some very cool action sequences. I think that when the dragon is on screen, it's awesome. The CGI is great as well. I don't really have any complaints there. And there is a lot of visual flair to this movie. And I would say it's a pretty gorgeous movie for the most part. It's just on a story level, I just thought it was dull. Like, I love these wide shots that they do, like when you have these knights just running into battle or just there's a lot of stuff like, well, not a lot of stuff like that, but when there are scenes like this, it is gorgeous. The CGI is great. The costume design is great. This is never really a dull movie to look at, although I think the movie itself can be dull. But visually, you're kind of always going to have something that is at least pretty. And the dragon does look cool. Like, this is a movie that seems so cool, but it's just, I don't know what it is, but it feels like it's just lacking a lot of depth. And I do think, like, one of the cool things about this movie, though, that is a positive is I always and this is kind of like a Survivor movie where it's like she's kind of finding, like, she has to find some water, like, food and stuff, like, because she's trapped in this cave with this dragon for the most of the movie. And I always love that, like, in Survivor movies, just how they utilize their surroundings. And there is some cool stuff like that as well in this movie, so I will give it credit for that. And then eventually she escapes the cave from the dragon to go, like, face the prince. And then it feels like the movie just kind of wraps up very quickly, and it just wasn't really that interesting to me. So yeah, I thought that Millie Bobby Brown was great in this movie, but I mean, I'm not, like, a huge fan of her. I don't watch Stranger Things, so I don't really see her in anything else. I don't really, so I mean, but I will say she was good in this movie for what it was. But I just think that on a plot level, this isn't really, they just didn't really do anything interesting with it. It just feels like if you took a generic, like, say, hey, I want to just make a generic dragon movie, this is what it is. And it feels like there was a lot more potential here. Because I can see the talent in this movie, and the movie is visually gorgeous, just on a story level and a character level. There's just nothing really to attach yourself to.